Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks of The Young and the Restless, which run from March 24th to April 4th, Traci Abbott will suffer a devastating blow, Sharon Newman will unveil Alan Loran, also known as Martin Loran, and Billy Abbott will hatch a covert power move. Victor Newman will tell Michael Baldwin about his competitive history with Aristotle Dumas over the week of March 24th to 28th. He also plans to use a trap to entice his former adversary to come out of hiding. Victor will need to take advantage of Devin Winters and Lily Winters in order to set that trap, but Devin might become worried after learning of Victor's impending pitch. Victor won't understand, of course, that Aristotle has already made a daring advancement. The fact that Aristotle would approach Billy implies that they have a covert alliance that will soon lead to mayhem. Before Nick Newman forces her to speak with Sharon, Phyllis Summers will cry in his arms. Since only Phyllis and Sharon have experienced the agony of confinement, they will gather to talk about their experience and set new ground rules for their relationship. Speaking of rules, Claire Newman and Kyle Abbott will break a few. Summer Newman might feel excluded from the party since it turns out that Claire and Kyle will display their troublemaking side together. Jack Abbott and Nikki Newman will then argue, which may entail arguments about Victor Newman's cunning schemes for Jabot or his interference in Kyle's romance. Diane Jenkins Abbott will pretend to be someone else. That might be an attempt to curry favor with an adversary or a small-scale ploy to get the refurbished Abbott mansion unveiled. Talk about his connection with Aristotle may come up when he spills to Phyllis during a strategy session with Billy. Sally Spectra may suspect Billy of concealing dangerous secrets because she will eventually put him in a difficult situation and demand honesty. Will Sally persuade Billy to acknowledge that he is still seeking retribution against the Newmans? Sharon will provide Traci some information about her experience as a captive at Havenhurst at Crimson Lights. It will assist Traci in drawing the required conclusions and determining that Alan, also known as Martin, must be the abductors. When Traci learns that Alan might not be the man she believed him to be, she will experience an emotional reaction. If Martin survived, it appears Traci will come to the conclusion that Alan might be his twin brother. Jack will be terrified for her safety while Traci keeps him informed on the theory. Jack might be concerned that Traci is putting herself in risk if she still intends to see Alan in Paris. Will Jack insist on accompanying Traci and assisting her in reversing Alan with a fresh plan? Will Jack contend that they must instead let the authorities handle this? Chance Chancellor can get evidence that suggests Alan bought the remote-controlled gadget from the hardware store. This is the identical gadget that was eventually discovered in the Havenhurst captive room of Sharon and Phyllis. Naturally, we should note that Ashley Abbott may be in danger because she is currently in Paris, which is allegedly where Alan is going. He will be delivering some news that will stun his family members since he has a significant revelation to make. This might be related to Victor's prophecy of exposing Aristotle. Victor's scheme will intensify over the week of March 31st to April 4th, as Chelsea Lawson and Adam Newman continue to relish their amorous reunion. But after Adam becomes embroiled in all the Aristotelian chaos and quarrels with Billy once more, danger might be on the horizon. Adam's friendship with Cheslea can suffer if he pushes things too far. YNR fans will be curious to watch how it all plays out because there can be more Martin shockers after Traci decides what to do next. Ultimately, as she immerses herself in her profession, Phyllis will continue to rely on Billy. Although it might aid in Phyllis's recovery, Sally will experience worries and possibly even increasing jealousy. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, there will be a lot of action over the next 2 weeks, so tune in. During the open discussion at Crimson Lights, Nick said that he had considered reuniting with Sharon, but he decided against it due to the excessive suffering in their past. Maybe he hasn't been able to forgive himself, or maybe he didn't trust himself not to hurt her again after hurting her so much. Nick informed Sharon that he was unwilling to jeopardize their strong friendship and co-parenting relationship in order to go to London with her and perhaps rekindle their romance. In a scene that would serve as a fitting allegory for their history, Phyllis interrupted Nick and Sharon's private discussion. Not Phyllis specifically, but Summer's worries for her mother, who is struggling from the ordeal in the former mental institution. Nick promised Sharon that he would give going on the trip with his daughter more thought before leaving to see how his ex was doing. fans of Young and Restless were left wondering if Nick would finally pass up the opportunity to see Sharon again abroad in order to remain in Genoa City, monitor the troubled Phyllis, and get dragged back into a romantic relationship with her. The text says, "Get the Young and Restless newsletter from Soaps. Subscribe to receive daily recaps, spoilers, exclusive interviews, and breaking news alerts delivered directly to your inbox." We have a feeling that Nick and Sharon will finally reconcile. Nevertheless, it's obvious that the authors are employing strategies to prolong it. Nick's anxieties, the distractions, the rescues, and the dream sequence tease. Sharon might conclude that it's not meant to be if the Newman decides to remain in town to watch over Phyllis. In London, she might possibly run onto someone new, which would further postpone her reunion with Nick. Sharon Nick YNR. It seems that Phyllis will be depending on Billy, her business partner and the guy who saved her life, in the near future. Therefore, it is unlikely that Nick is going to pursue a love relationship with the redhead unless the authors of Young and Restless are preparing for a Nick-Phyllis-Billy-Sally triangle. However, the last time she dated Billy, she cheated with Nick. Everything is therefore conceivable. According to previews for The Young and the Restless, Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman are coping with a lot as a result of the mayhem their kidnappers caused. The only way out for Sharon and Phyllis is to play the game their captor is requesting, and even if they succeed, they have no idea what will happen next. But soon, Sharon and Phyllis's terrible struggle will come to an end. It's time to start considering what the future holds for Phyllis and Sharon, as they will finally gain their freedom. Both ladies might be changed by this event, but for the time being, we want to focus on Phyllis. After the kidnapping, Phyllis could alter in at least 4 ways, so let's think about the new directions she might take. 1. Sharon and Phyllis become friendly. First of all, the terror that Phyllis and Sharon have experienced together may teach them to get along. They might eventually take action in that direction because the game appears to be intended to assist Sharon and Phyllis in reconciling. Although they won't be best friends, Sharon and Phyllis might be able to strike up a conversation without getting into a heated dispute. There may be a silver lining to this disaster since Phyllis and Sharon will perhaps learn to respect one another more than they have in the past. 2. Phyllis becomes more vindictive. You can guarantee that Phyllis will seek retribution from whoever is responsible for her kidnapping. Before this scenario, Phyllis already had a vindictive streak, but it will only worsen after this. Even though the game might have been played by someone who wanted to promote peace, Phyllis might make it her duty to make sure the guilty party pays the price. Phyllis will want to see their abductor brought to justice because she and Sharon have endured hardships anyway. 3. Phyllis takes her romantic life seriously. Naturally, following this lesson that life is short and you must pursue your goals, Phyllis might also become more serious about her romantic life. Phyllis was shocked by a love dream she had about Billy Abbott just before she was seized. That might have been a clue as to which man Phyllis will prioritize if she regains her freedom. When Phyllis is able to fully commit to the project they have planned, she can become attracted to Billy and strengthen their bond. 4. Phyllis turns Sally into an even greater adversary. Sally and Phyllis Spectra used to be bitter rivals, but they have since softened their differences. Sally has tried her best to stay out of too much controversy, even if Phyllis still irritates her and believes Billy deserves more. If Phyllis gets over her confinement crisis and starts actively pursuing Billy, that might change. According to our YNR predictions, Phyllis will attempt to get Billy back, which might completely rekindle her rivalry with Sally and result in some thrilling scenes. According to teasers for The Young and the Restless, Phyllis may update her life following her ordeal of kidnapping, therefore, keep checking back for more details on her upcoming chapter. The Young and the Restless continues to deliver high-stakes drama, shocking revelations, and emotional twists as the residents of Genoa City navigate their complex lives. The spoilers for the next 2 weeks, from March 24th to April 4th, promise to keep fans on the edge of their seats with explosive storylines involving betrayal, revenge, and unexpected alliances. Here's a detailed breakdown of what to expect. Victor Newman's strategic moves. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, the master manipulator of Genoa City, is once again at the center of a high-stakes power play. Victor confides in Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, about his competitive past with Aristotle Dumas, a mysterious and formidable enemy. Victor's plan to draw Aristotle out of hiding involves using Devin Winters, Brighton James, and Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, as pawns in his elaborate trap. However, Devon may have reservations about Victor's intentions, especially once he hears the details of the plan. Unbeknownst to Victor, Aristotle is already steps ahead. Aristotle reaches out to Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, hinting at a secret partnership that could spell trouble for the Newmans. This alliance between Billy and Aristotle could lead to chaos, especially as Billy plots a secret power play of his own. Victor's announcement to his family about his plans will undoubtedly shake things up, but will it be enough to outsmart Aristotle? Billy Abbott's risky schemes. Billy Abbott finds himself in a precarious position as he balances his personal and professional life. His relationship with Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, is already strained due to his business partnership with Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford. Now, Billy's secret alliance with Aristotle Dumas adds another layer of complexity. During a strategy session with Phyllis, Billy spills some details about his plans, which could include his partnership with Aristotle. Sally, sensing that Billy is hiding something, confronts him and pushes for honesty. Will Billy admit that he's still seeking revenge on the Newmans? Sally's growing suspicions could lead to a major confrontation, putting their relationship at risk. Phyllis Summers' emotional breakdown. Phyllis Summers, still reeling from her traumatic kidnapping ordeal, finds solace in Nick Newman's, Joshua Morrow, arms. Nick encourages Phyllis to talk to Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, as the two women are the only ones who truly understand what they endured. This shared experience could lead to a newfound understanding between Phyllis and Sharon, potentially transforming their tumultuous relationship. Phyllis's emotional state remains fragile, and she leans heavily on Billy for support. However, her growing dependence on Billy could spark jealousy in Sally, further complicating the dynamics between the trio. As Phyllis throws herself into work to heal, her actions may inadvertently create more tension. Sharon Newman exposes Alan Loran. Sharon Newman plays a pivotal role in uncovering the truth about Alan Loran, Christopher Cousins. At Crimson Lights, Sharon provides Traci Abbott, Beth Maitland, with crucial information about her captivity at Havenhurst. This leads Traci to connect the dots and realize that Alan may actually be his sociopathic twin brother, Martin Loran, who faked his death. Traci is devastated by the revelation and shares her theory with Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, who becomes terrified for her safety. If Traci plans to confront Alan in Paris, Jack may insist on accompanying her or involving the authorities. Meanwhile, Chance Chancellor, Connor Floyd, uncovers evidence linking Alan to the remote-controlled device used in Sharon and Phyllis's captivity, further solidifying the case against him. Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman's troublemaking. Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, and Claire Newman, Haley Aaron, embrace their rebellious sides, breaking rules and causing trouble together. Their antics leave Summer Newman, Allison Lanier, feeling left out, adding tension to their already complicated relationship. As Kyle and Claire grow closer, Summer's attempts to sabotage their bond could backfire, leading to more drama. Jack Abbott and Nikki Newman's clash. Jack Abbott and Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, find themselves at odds, likely over Victor's meddling in Jabot's affairs or his interference in Kyle's romantic life. Their disagreement could escalate into a full-blown feud, further straining the already tense relationship between the Abbotts and the Newmans. Diane Jenkins Abbott's deception. Diane Jenkins Abbott, Susan Walters, puts on an act, possibly to deceive an enemy or prepare for the unveiling of the renovated Abbott mansion. Her schemes could have far-reaching consequences, especially if they involve Jack or Kyle. Nick and Sharon's complicated relationship. Nick Newman's candid conversation with Sharon at Crimson Lights reveals his lingering feelings for her. However, Nick is hesitant to rekindle their romance, fearing he might hurt her again. His decision to stay in Genoa City to support Phyllis could lead Sharon to believe that their relationship is not meant to be. Sharon may even meet someone new in London, delaying a potential reunion with Nick. Phyllis's potential transformation. Phyllis Summers' kidnapping ordeal could lead to significant changes in her life. Here are 4 possible paths for her character. Improved relationship with Sharon. The shared trauma could help Phyllis and Sharon find common ground, leading to a more respectful relationship. Increased vengefulness. Phyllis's desire for revenge against her captor could intensify, driving her to new extremes. Focus on love life. Phyllis may prioritize her romantic life, potentially pursuing Billy Abbott more aggressively. Rekindled rivalry with Sally. If Phyllis sets her sights on Billy, her rivalry with Sally's spectra could reignite, leading to explosive confrontations. Ashley Abbott's risk in Paris. Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson, currently in Paris, could be in danger if Alan aka Martin Laurent is also headed there. Her safety becomes a concern, especially if Traci and Jack decide to confront Alan in person. Chelsea Lawson and Adam Newman's romance. Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, and Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, continue to enjoy their romantic reunion. However, Adam's involvement in the Aristotle Dumas feud and his ongoing conflict with Billy could strain their relationship. If Adam takes things too far, it may lead to tension between him and Chelsea. Conclusion. The next 2 weeks on The Young and the Restless promise to deliver intense drama, shocking revelations, and emotional moments. From Victor Newman's strategic maneuvers to Phyllis Summers' emotional journey, the residents of Genoa City face life-altering challenges. As secrets are exposed and alliances shift, fans can expect a whirlwind of excitement and suspense. Tune into CBS and Paramount Plus to catch all the action and see how these gripping storylines unfold.